Scorpio, it must be nice that the only problem you've been having is that you are just too busy or too in demand. The Star card and the Empress are the major arcanas that have come through for November so far, and that looks like the good times keep on rolling for you this month. Before we get there, let's take it back to late October and the beginning of November. Happy birthday, Scorpio. October Scorpios, happy belated. And for those still to come, this looks like it's going to be an awesome Scorpio season. So the energies that have come through in late October, beginning of November have been the Ace of Wands, the Last Judgment, sometimes known as Judgment, and the Seven of Wands. Powerful shit going on here. So you've been feeling, I would say, incredibly creatively charged. The Ace of Wands is that just divine spark of inspiration and creative stream flowing. Oh, gorgeous, abundant in that sense, but also very strong, very empowered to the Seven of Wands. This is this Mars and Leo energy. So like this desire to take stage, desire to be validated, desire to have your work been shown, like desire to have all that hard work and effort and determination and passion of yours like be seen basically. And it does seem like that things have presented a huge wake-up call for you recently. I actually see the Judgment card and the Ace of Wands as some of you recently in October having such a breakthrough. Late October, beginning of November, such a huge breakthrough, Scorpio, that some of you were actually like praising on high. I see some people just being like, wow, like a breakthrough and like exuberant, elated, so happy with something. It's really powerful energy. You feel really strong. You feel really empowered basically. Okay, so then we get to the month of November, the Ten of Wands. This is why I'm saying like, you know, oh, must be hard that the only problem is that you've just too much work on, but you may be very busy in November. A lot of work on your plate, a lot of weight on your shoulders, a lot of things that you need to do. Wish you could delegate some of this. It doesn't look like it's burdensome or like that you don't want to even do it. It's no sense of duty here with this Ten of Wands in this reading. It just seems like it's a lot. It's tiring. You're not being taken advantage of. You are choosing a lot of this anyway. So it's just like, it's just hard work and a lot of it, but that's the only issue I'm seeing for the bulk of November. This too blessed to be stressed, Scorpio. This looks like a fabulous month for you. The Empress and the Star. I couldn't ask for two nicer major arcana cards to come out together. This is my favorite card when you just have so much to be grateful for, pure abundance, and you're creating all this abundance around you. Like it's reflective because you feel so satisfied internally. It's reflecting in you, reflecting in your internal. So abundance coming in, whatever that looks like for you, some sort of acclaim, reward, more respect, more empowerment, just like more value added to what it is that you're putting out there or selling or your product. The Star card, or just like putting yourself out there, you're more seen as more valuable. Venus associated with the Empress here. The Star card, so something you've really been hoping for to turn out optimistically or to turn out well, looks like it has every chance of doing that this month. The Star card talks about some healing as well that may have been going on. Scorpio season, you know, is astrologically, it's going to be an astrologically intense month for the collective this November. It does break after the full moon partial lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 19th, but up until then it seems like you're managing these more intense transits pretty well so far in this reading. It looks like you're going to thrive in November. It looks like you're going to be doing a lot of healing, which is the invitation of Scorpio season, as you probably very well know, right? That we're kind of now healing some of our more unconscious thoughts or buried thoughts and bringing things a little closer to the surface to analyze them. So you might be doing some more like confrontive therapy sessions, or you might just be feeling overall like you've reached a real breakthrough. There's been a massive breakthrough coming from you for you, Scorpio. Late October was like blew your mind, I think. So let's have a think and let's go on forward. Okay, so that looks really good. I'm looking forward to clearing these cards up, this abundance. So you're too blessed to be stressed, even though you seem like you're going to be very busy. So then at the end of the month, I'm going to put this after the 20th, let's say around the 20th of November. Remember, time energy fluid. We'll take it as it resonates whenever you watch this video, but for now, let's just say around after the turning point of the eclipse anyway, the Seven of Swords is coming through. There's going to be something that you're not able to share around the 20th of November, something that you're not able to say, something that you kind of have to keep to yourself on some level. Overall, it's going to be very fulfilling. The Six of Wands, Lord of Victory, hell yeah, Lord of Material Happiness, the Nine of Cups. Great energy coming through here. You may be dealing with the Leo. I see the Seven of Wands, Six of Wands being very like Leo energy coming through here. Like, so I'm sensing you may even be pairing up with the Leo, or they're coming into your life for an important enhancement of some sort of a way, some sort of description. So the Six of Wands, Nine of Cups, whatever it is that reaches a turning point around the 20th that you can't talk about right away, it does leave you feeling very, very satisfied, very much like you've achieved something good here. You're happy with how things went. The manifestation of the star wish or dream looks like it's happening now on the physical plane too. And Nine of Cups, you're feeling good. I don't really know what else to say. With the water signs, that always looks one way on surface, and then we clear up and we're like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. But let's do that. Let's clear up. The Ace of Wands, the Last Judgment, and the Seven of Wands for you now. This is like you being like, hallelujah at some point. Huge breakthrough, real invigorating energy here. Karmic breakthrough, even with the Judgment card, like your spirit guides are like, finally, they did it. The Six of Swords and the Moon card. Okay, so the breakthrough, exactly. This is where we just get another element now to this breakthrough. This all looks great on the surface. Whew, breakthrough. Empowerment, confidence, and feeling like you're really taking the chance to do something for the first time, or do something that you were afraid to do before, and you're really living in that. But it came from some sort of a more painful place in your life, or a time where you're so, you know why you could be like, hallelujah, because the Moon card was present with you beforehand, where things were very unknown, a bit more frightening, unclear, murky, and you could have felt even like this spiraling tendency. Spiraling into self-sabotage is what happens here with the Six of Swords involved, but you've got yourself out of this before you kind of sunk or spiraled a little too far, and now you could be just like, hallelujah, look at where I was before in Moon card energy, look where I am now. It's a complete contrast. It's been a huge wake-up call for you, Scorpio, that this is how you evolve. This is how the Scorpio does it. They have to plummet to the Moon card energy. They have to be in the Sword energy of like more mental constriction, or something that's confining them, or something that's scaring them has to come up. Only then can they really truly like rise from that, essentially. So only in these kind of darker Moon card energies do we really appreciate then how far we've come. You're probably like laughing nearly, like I can feel like this exuberance from the reading where you're like, haha, this is comical because I've come so far. Lord of earned success, the Six of Swords. So yeah, I mean, you've earned your right to be here now. The Seven of Wands, Lord of Valor. Always remember that the Seven of Wands, the person on top, is meant to be there. There's no reason for you to doubt that you're up there. You got yourself up to this kind of point in your life. And yes, sure, there's people that are going to be jealous. There's going to be people that may want to even knock you down a peg or two. But you always remember in your valor that you deserve to be there, and earn success. Okay, I think that speaks for itself. The difficulty here is where the mental sort of energy of the swords comes through. This is a nice respite of the sword deck, where we kind of get a break from the triggers of the swords usually, and this is when we're like, we've sailed away from something, and we've kind of moved on from something that was more Moon card energy, and now we're like, oh my god, look at me now. That's where I see this healing coming through as a more major breakthrough in a healing element in your life in the month of November to Scorpio. So let's see, 10 of Wands, the Empress, and the Star card. Work, busy. That's all I'm seeing that 10 of Wands as so far. Let's see what else we can get. I'm more interested in these blessings and abundance that are here this month for you. Birthday blessings. Queen of Wands, love to see it. and the Five of Cups. Oh, you know, always gotta just put that little sting in the Scorpio's tail, doesn't it? Okay, so the Queen of Wands. Okay, so you're like, okay, no, I'll just do all of this on my own. When I was probably suggesting delegating, you were like, absolutely not. It has to be done by you, I guess, because you have the Midas touch, and if you're not there when, you know, the business is running and you go out for a coffee and you notice things just aren't as good, so you consider yourself to have the Midas touch. So it's very hard for you to delegate. It's very hard for you not to get so bogged down and take on a lot of work and things like that. But overall, you're very confident in what you're doing, and very magnetic. People are definitely responding to this fire in you. It's a very fiery reading at the moment. So Mars has just moved into Scorpio. That happened just at the beginning of the month, I believe. And then this has kind of got our energy here, or pardon me, I think it was just at the end of October, start of November, but the Five of Cups here, Mars and Scorpio. Okay, so that's going to shift the energy a little bit more, okay? So you'll have to figure out where Scorpio is in your birth chart. There's going to be a little bit more of a sort of sense of climactic turning points in this area of your life. It's going to be opposing that full moon partial lunar eclipse in Taurus by sign on the 19th. So you know what, there may be some more, I'm sensing the developments happening around the new the full moon for you guys, Scorpio. So around the 20th of November, 19th, 18th, see what's happening around then. It looks like some sort of a change in pace happens now that Mars is in Scorpio. It's activating another part of your life. That's going to kind of just trigger a little more where there's going to be some more obstacles or strife potentially there, or just like some higher fusion of energy there, basically, and fueling along something that probably needs to be fueled along anyway. So check out what house Scorpio rules in your birth chart, and that'll give you that kind of clue as to what Mars is going to be up to for the next 6 weeks there. So this is where we reach the turning point. We go from the Five of Cups into the Seven of Swords. So this was the little kind of link where things are just so fabulous, so exuberantly happy, blessings, 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 healing, healing, love it, love it. But now it's kind of like, okay, something has to be done that's going to be Lord of loss and pleasure. So damning, but it's kind of like, you know, something has to change now, and the pace changes a little bit. What, you know, that's an ebb and flow, that's okay, but it seems like this is something to do with this situation that you can't talk about right away, and there's some sort of a potential setback or disappointment coming up around that right now. This Taurus card, the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, kind of more confirmation to me that this does seem to be around that Taurus partial lunar eclipse on the 19th. Right, so look to where Taurus is in your birth chart, Scorpio. That's where there's going to be a turning point or some sort of an ending or culmination, all right? So let's keep going and look at the Seven of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. The Hanged Man. And the Two of Swords. Okay, what I will say as well is, if you're interested in hearing about your personal astrology like that, like where the moons are falling and Mars is what the hell that's up to in your chart, I have a video about this on my channel. It's called Scorpio Season November Astrology, and it will list each of the rising signs astrology in detail for the month of November, and where in your birth chart it falls, all timestamps. So go over and check that out if you wish. So let's get back to this now. Okay. So the thing you can't talk about might be for a while, okay? You might not be really able to, and maybe it's not talk about it, but act on it, do something about it, like do what, ultimately the end goal of it can't be achieved right away at around the turning point around the 20th of November, let's say. The Hanged Man suggests a period of some stagnation, and there's a very important reason for that. The Two of Swords is telling me that you're still kind of on the fence on something. This is Lord of Peace restored. This is a nice balancing here. The Two of Swords often triggers feelings of like not knowing what to do, but also not many people talk about it, and I guess this card nicely describes it. When we're not knowing what to do and we're in the Hanged Man energy, there is something of value here when things are still hanging bringing up in the mix. We're being enlightened and gaining new perspective, because if we do trust in divine timing of absolutely everything, then there is a reason for why that time is happening, why time is elapsing, why time, something happens very quickly, very slowly, and doesn't seem to be happening at all. It's more this energy of something that hasn't really been happening at all, but you're supposed to be getting enlightened on what the reason for this is. And during the Two of Swords reflection, sometimes Two of Swords can be stalemate, inaction, and reaching a deadlock with somebody or not communicating with somebody. But at the same time, balance and harmony is being restored during that time, because if you're not in alignment with that person and you have to engage, it's obviously going to be more difficult and definitely not going to give you any peace of mind. So during this sort of seemingly limbo phase in your life, some sort of trust that some sort of balance is being restored. And also, Scorpio, it might be true that you don't actually fully even know yet what your end goal is. And that's maybe why you can't talk about it. It might seem frustrating, but maybe you're not fully sure about what it is that you want. I have a feeling that you want to take up some more, even more responsibility in your life, but more responsibility, more leadership, more ownership, more authority is what I'm kind of sensing overall. But yeah, it does seem like there is some sort of harmony, Nine of Cups, Two of Swords, that is being achieved in late November into December, that is quite discreet. It's more below the surface, and it doesn't even look like the harmony is being achieved by communication. In fact, it looks like the opposite. It looks like the lack of communication and the space is probably doing wonders for whatever your end goal is going to be, because then you get more clear about it, and when the time is right, you won't be in this hanged man position anymore. Okay, Scorpio, that is going to be your reading for November. I hope you had a great birthday. Happy birthday for those still celebrating. See you soon.